Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Pete from Pete's Interest, and I have my best friend here, Macy, who's going to help make a leprechaun hat birthday cake. So let's get started. So what we're going to use is, for the cakes, we are using the Super Moist Betty Crocker white cakes, and we have 2 boxes because we're doing 4 layers. And so let's go ahead and start mixing the batter. Alright, so we have it kind of measured out, and we're just going to go by the box instructions. So we're adding the dry first, and then we're going to mix the wet in. We're adding the oil, the water, and then Macy is going to add the 6 eggs. That's 4. So we're going to get back to the video when we have the batter mixed in. Go. Alright, so we divided them all up into 3 different containers, and we kind of put the bottom layer, middle layer, and top layer. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some green food dye. It's just kind of your normal food dye. And we're going to add maybe 1 drop to the top, 2 to the second, and then 3 to the third, and see how well that turns out. Oh no. You can laugh. It's you're good.
So we used Crisco, and we took a napkin and coated the pans, and then we took flour and coated the pans with fat.
Okay.
So we can put the batter in the pans.
We divided it into 3 sections and colored it to be dark green for the brim, a lighter green for the middle, and a super light green for the top.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and spoon the middle green into the pan and the light green into the pan. Or pour it in. We kind of guesstimated about the type of, or the measuring. We kind of separated it into thirds.
We eyed it.
Yeah. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and put them in the oven at 350. Of course, that's what our instructions say. So we'll get back to you after that. 3.
Okay, so we did the same thing we did with the other pans. We used the Crisco and the flour, and we
spread the flour
and
Crisco.
Crisco.
We have a sheet pan and lined with foil over top of a loaf pan, so that way it uses less batter, so we have more for the other layers.
And we did this because we did not have another circular pan. So after this is done, we're going to take it and cut it out.
So we're going to go ahead and start pouring in the darkest color, and this took a lot of color dye.
And this is going to be a thinner layer because it's the bottom of the hat.
And it'll also rise, so it'll be a little less thin than what we thought.
But it will be thinner than the others.
Yes. And with this layer, you don't have to make it super thick or super thin. It's all preference. I feel like we have enough cake for the top and the first and second layer that we won't need so much for the third. But we're gonna go ahead and put it in for the same amount of time, about 23 to 25 minutes, maybe even 20 because of how thin it is. And we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven, and then we're gonna, after all of them are cooked and baked, we're gonna go ahead and take them out of their pans, and we're gonna start decorating.
We're gonna start with 10 minutes and then check up on it
Every 5.
Yeah, every 5 minutes.
So, see you then.
We are using a classic buttercream icing. So we have here a 1 pound of powdered sugar.
We have unsweetened original almond milk, vanilla flavoring,
Almond milk.
and Crisco. We're gonna use that as the vegetable shortening. And we took out the meringue powder because we felt it was unneeded. So we're gonna go ahead and add in the the wet ingredients first.
So this calls for
It calls for 2 to 8 teaspoons of
7 to 8 teaspoons, Peyton.
7 to 8 teaspoons
of almonds.
of almond milk. And it also calls for 1 cup.
So first we're going to add in the 1 cup of Crisco.
Yes.
So we're going to do that while Peyton adds in the flavoring.
Move the milk out of the way, guys. Thanks.
And this is not a recipe that we've used before, so we're just kind of doing what it tells us to do.
Is that really Crisco?
Yeah, it's Crisco.
I thought Crisco was like oily.
It can be an oil. It can be an oil, but this is actually like...
So it's like coconut oil?
No.
So she's added in, you can choose between vanilla, almond, or butter flavoring.
Or
We
just
chose
butter.
or
Butter.
yeah. So we've chosen the vanilla. So that's what she just added in. And now we're adding in the Crisco.
1,
Just
2, 3,
do 7, I would say.
5, 6. Add 1 more.
Already,
You only did 6.
I know my first one was huge.
Okay, so that counts to 7.
Okay.
ASO.
Right? And then Macy
next
is going
we're
to
gonna-
go ahead and mix in all of our I'll mix in all the kind of wet and dry. And then Macy's going, or the
I'm going to
wet.
slowly add in the powdered sugar to the
Oops.
batter.
I didn't see that.
To the wet mixture.
And we are going to get back to you after this is all done and
Mixed in.
mixed.
See you soon.
So we end up doubling the recipe. And then, so we divided it into 3 bowls. And that's going to be the main icing. This is going to be the shamrock. And this is going to be the strap that goes around the hat.
All right.
So, let me go ahead and...
Get the cakes. And we are going to go ahead and get the platform out
So what you do for the platform, you want to put some icing on the bottom.
to keep
So
it steady.
Yeah, so it holds the cake down. And we'll be back to you when we get the cakes ready.
3.
So we just put the bottom layer on the bottom. And then now we're just taking the next layer, the second layer, and putting it on the top with the same method we used with the bottom. So you just put some...
And we had leveled it to, on the Wilton leveler to 5. And then with this, we're just going to go all the way to pretty much to the edge because it's going to be in the middle layer. Okay, and then we're going to take it back out, and we are going to cut the dowels to that height. So that way that it will stay solid.
In place.
Well, so Macy, go ahead and start doing the
I'll go ahead and do the crumb coat.
crumb coat while I do this.
Okay, so we're back and we've separated our 3 icings into piping bags.
And so for the belt, we are going to be using the Wilton 104 piping tip.
Then for the fillers,
We are using the 12 piping tip from Wilton. Or Wilton.
and for the shamrocks, we are using
Kind of this, there's no number or specifics on it, but it's just kind of this like divoted piping tip. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to do one of the fillers really quickly. So there's this filler at the front, and what you want to do is just kind
when
of,
you have a hole in it.
you just kind of want to go from the inside and push the icing outwards. And even if it is rocky, it's okay because we'll just go from there.
We're going to smooth over it.
We're going to smooth over it. So even if it's a little bit uneven, just kind of fill in a little bit. And also off to the side, we have a fondant smoother, icing smoother, and we're going to put it to the side of the cake to smooth it out like that. So we're going to get back to you after we have the base of the icing done. Okay, so what we did is we iced the cake, and now we're doing the final touches, I guess.
We're decorating it.
We're decorating. So we added with the tip, that kind of made the star tip. We did a bottom starting at the bottom of it where the brim is, and then we're also doing it on the very top.
So after finishing,
hours.
after 3 hours,
Maybe 3.5, we finally finished the cake. It
and
looks better than what we thought.
yeah, and we're dedicating this cake to Peyton because it's her birthday. Woohoo!
And also, shout out to Babe from Josh and Babe. Happy St. Patrick's Day and happy birthday.
And after finishing this cake, it's not what we thought it would be.
But if we were and nailed it, we killed it.
Yeah,
We really
we would
nailed
really
it.
nail
But
it.
yeah, it was good. We're gonna taste it, and we're gonna go ahead and get on with the night looking like Shrek because we have dye all over our hands and all over our feet. So we're gonna cut a piece, and then we're gonna get back to you. Then we're gonna taste. Okay, guys. So we decided that we should cut the cake on camera to show our initial thoughts of how it looks. So yeah,
We're gonna go ahead and dig
Cut it.
in.
okay. So we're gonna cut.
Make sure to get the bottom.
I am. Alright. I really hope the colors come out right. Alright.
Kind of like cutting a pie.
Oh!
Don't make sure.
I'm not
If
that
y'all can
mad.
get that, it's like a darker green, and then like this lighter, and then like
That's
a really
super
light
light.
green. Oh, it actually looks pretty good.
I'm proud of this
So this is our finishing
product.
product, yeah, and then
So we're
this
gonna
is
go
the
ahead
inside.
and take
It's pretty good.
Take a bite.
I want to get some more cake.
I know. Like it's falling apart.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, but you're not left. Okay. Cheers.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
This spoon is like too big. I can't put it in my mouth. Okay.
See you guys next time. Go subscribe to Babe from Josh and Babe and Josh and Babe's channel. Shout out to them for happy birthday. And
Let's
see
give
you
a
later.
shout out also to Peyton, because it's her birthday tomorrow. Woo!
Alright. See you guys on next time on my channel. Bye.
Bye.